Hello, Internet. Dan with Fairfax Preparedness. Let me straighten you out here. What a whirlwind it has been. 2025 is already starting off to be a nut kicker. In more ways than one. New Year's Eve, we saw a couple of terrorists. One blew up a Tesla truck in front of the Trump Hotel. We had one lunatic decide to drive his truck down Bourbon Street in New Orleans, Louisiana. Already crazy. Now, Trump did get elected and was sworn into office on January 20th, Inauguration Day, Martin Luther King Day, without a hitch. So far, so good. But now, everybody's talking about all of those tariffs and how crazy or stupid they think he is because of his projected use of tariffs for countries that we import from, like China and Canada and Mexico and so on and so forth. I'm not an economist, but I do know that up until the early mid 1900s, the entire federal government was funded on tariffs, without an income tax, without the fact that, without all of the taxes that we currently pay now. Taxes, the dollars that we make get taxed as we make it, get taxed as we use it, and get taxed on things that we already own. Crazy. So what's next? Got some notes here. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what's next. Just keep being ready. Keep preparing. I want to build this channel to be a kind of everyday readiness type channel. Don't really want to get into politics, although politics greatly affects the political dynamic. Greatly affects emergency preparedness as a whole. And I said in one of my introductory videos, I have a bachelor's degree in emergency management, so it's hard not to be involved in politics. It's hard not to pay attention to those things, because obviously the political world kind of drives our everyday lives quite a bit. So what does that look like? Well, one of the biggest concerns for the public, Chris over at City Prepper mentions it in a couple of his videos, one he did before the Inauguration Day and one he did a few days ago, or maybe a week ago. I'll tag him down in the description, in this description box on YouTube, and I'll see if I can tag him on Rumble as well. But he mentions a bunch of things, the tariffs, to things that you should get because prices could go up. So of course everybody's concerned about prices going up because inflation has absolutely destroyed this country's economy in the last 4 years. So things like food, alcohol, vehicles, steel and aluminum, food from big box stores, packaging, lumber, crude oil, electricity, and fertilizer are all things that Chris covers in detail. I'm not going to cover them here. So one of the things about tariffs is it won't necessarily make things go up. one of the things that gets missed is importers don't can have the option. Most of them don't, because they want to share the distribution of debt, right? So importers have the ability to absorb that cost, depending on the tariff. Maybe it's beneficial. Tariff of 5%, 8%, 10%, even 15% may be nominal to the operating cost of an importer. Just absorb that cost. Secondarily, they pass that debt, that cost, from the importer to wholesalers, who then pass it to retailers, who then pass it to consumers. So will it go up? Potentially, but not necessarily. The thing is, we don't know, right? We don't know what those tariffs are going to do. Worst case scenario is that things will go up for certain items, like Chris covers in his video at City Prepping. So let me discuss a few of those things real quick. On food, imported food. Now, what does the United States import? Well, quite a bit, actually, considering we have the ability in this nation to be completely food independent, though we are not. We import all kinds of things, such as bananas. We don't really have a way to grow bananas here in the United States, not well. Obviously, there are some bananas that grow in tropical areas like Hawaii, and we could build up that as part of a food production industry, but for some reason we don't, so we import bananas. We import avocados. You see the commercials, avocados from Mexico? Yeah, I don't know why we do that, because Southern California and Florida both grow avocados. California avocados are much better, by the way. But we have the ability to grow avocados here in the United States. We don't need to import them. Wheat. We can grow wheat here. Why are we doing that? Just some of those things. We have the ability to grow foods independently here in this nation that we're not doing. Alcohol. Here's another one that Chris covered. So, alcohol. Why would we import alcohol? We have Kentucky and Tennessee. Man, hillbillies have been making alcohol in the United States forever. Copper stills up in them hills. Why? So one of the biggest things why alcohol might go up, Chris mentions, is because that it is a multi-million-dollar export of the United States. So if if other countries impose tariffs against us as a retaliatory act, which they're free to do, it could result in a loss. Chris says, based on his research, $2 billion, or nearly 2/3 of the alcohol industry. For a multi-billion-dollar industry, that's probably kind of significant, but we can just ramp up sales here. Or, again, I'm not an economist. I'm just kind of spitballing. Crazy. Vehicles, of course. Parts and stuff get made all over the world. Even vehicles that are manufactured in the United States have parts that are not manufactured in the United States. Doesn't make much sense, but there it is. Look, I'm just kind of spitballing here. The issue is nobody knows. Nobody really knows what these tariffs are going to do. And to say that things are going to increase in price because the tariffs are going to take effect is kind of ignorant and a little bit fear-mongering. And a little bit of fear-mongering. I don't think Chris, that's what Chris was trying to do. I don't think that was his intention. He tries to stay out of politics. She tries to stay out of politics and just provide information. You can take that information and do with it what you wish. But I don't genuinely think that Chris at City Prepping was trying to be fear-mongering. But there are other channels on YouTube that have covered these topics, much like Chris, and kind of put their own spin on it. And that's fine. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. And everybody is entitled to their own say, sure. But again, to say that things will, as a fact, increase in price as a result of these tariffs is ignorant and not necessarily correct. So I would caution you to do your own research and look into these things when they do come about, to be sure that, you know, maybe the cost won't go up. Maybe a loss in $2 billion of export of alcohol isn't a big deal. Maybe countries like Germany and Canada and, you know, Russia or whatever, maybe other countries, European Union countries, don't really want American bourbon in their bars or in their stores, and they just stop buying it anyway. I don't know, and I don't think anybody really knows. Hell, the economists don't even really know. They're just saying, because a lot of them, I think, my personal opinion, a lot of them are just saying this because they're scared. Because they're scared that Trump might actually be doing something right. Is he? I don't know. Maybe. I hope so, but I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm hopeful that his plan to utilize tariffs on foreign nations to develop the United States economy and bring us back to a domineering economy in the world. I hope genuinely that will be successful. I also think Trump's thrown out the idea of getting rid of the Internal Revenue Service to some extent, and getting rid of the federal income tax. That is wildly unpopular with the government, and a lot of people on Capitol Hill, but wildly popular with the American people who voted him into office. So again, who knows? Really, no one but God. So I just want to get on here and do a video. It's been a little while since I posted a video, so I just wanted to come on, do a video, share my thoughts, a couple of videos on city prepping that I had seen, and kind of just get out in front of the camera again. Taking a little hiatus. Things were kind of crazy from December till now, and yeah, so that's where I'm at. Keep prepping, keep doing stuff, keep being ready. Now is a really good time. January, February is a really good time to look through your preparations if you have any. Go through expiration dates, change out batteries and watches and cameras and flashlights and optic devices and all that kind of thing. Change out those batteries. Change out the batteries in your smoke detector, and do all of those things in preparation for the next 6 months, and just take it a little bit at a time. A lot of businesses do quarterly plans. I would recommend, when you make a plan, do something like that. Plan 3 months out, plan 6 months out. You don't have to do a full 12. You should have at least 12 months worth of food in preparation, but you can cycle things out and make a quarterly plan throughout your year, much like businesses do, 3 months at a time. It's a small chunk. If 12 months is too hard for you to build all at once, take it 3 months at a time. Make it a quarterly plan. Stair step it. Be out there for weather. Where I am, it's beautiful today. We got ice last night. So, and they're calling for more ice and slushy disgustingness the next couple of days. So, get what you need to get. Snow shovels and ice melt and all that good stuff. Make sure your cars are fueled up and ready to go. Make sure you have warm clothes and blankets and hoodies and stuff in your car to stay warm. Knit caps and gloves, all that good stuff. Make sure you're ready for the weather. Out in California, drink water, stay out of the heat, avoid the fires if you can. I know there's a lot of people in Ventura and Los Angeles who were affected by the fire. My heart goes out to you. But we still have people in western North Carolina and Tennessee that are living in tents in 20 and 30 degree weather in the mountains. So, Hurricane Helene is still having an impact on those individuals in North Carolina and Tennessee as well. So, keep praying for all those folks as well. If you're interested in looking at some additional training, there's some great channels on here. Minuteman training, the best videos that I've found thus far for Minuteman stuff is John Lovell at Warrior Poet Society and Grunt Proof. Randall over at Grunt Proof. If you're looking for a building community, look at Viking Preparedness or Bear Independent. They have some great channels talking about how to build community, how to plan for building community. Having Viking Preparedness goes into having rules in place, guidelines, and kind of a code in place for building a community, hierarchy of how things will go, and all of that. Food and water preps. Look at Sutton's Days. Look at Rogue Preparedness. Those are some great channels. Morgan over at Rogue's Preparedness has hundreds of videos that she's posted over the years that show their kind of their story, their life as they've moved from different areas and homesteaded in the desert in Utah, Arizona, and California, and to all the way to moving to Alaska. Absolutely wild. the things that family has done. And Morgan's been able to document it, so that's been good stuff. Can't recommend that channel enough. But anyway, Sutton's Days also does canning. She covers canning in January, canning in January classes, or January. Does a whole month of videos for canning with a collaborative, different channels in different years. Sutton's Days also participates, along with Morgan from Rogue Preparedness, participates in 30 days of preparedness in the month of September. So I'm hoping to do some of that myself. Whether it will be collaborative, I don't know yet. I hope so, but I hope to kind of get things rolling this year with this channel. Thank you for everything thus far. I apologize that I haven't been on as often as I would have liked, but life sometimes gets in the way. So thank you for my followers. Please like, comment, subscribe, and when you do subscribe, hit that bell notification and select all notifications. Thanks.